Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys the platinum rule. So before I begin the platinum rule, let's talk about the golden rule. We hear about the golden rule a lot, which is treat others the way you want to be treated, right? But that's a flawed idea. And that's a very utopian idea of thinking. However, here is why it doesn't work in the real society. To give you an example, in boot camp, when you get to boot camp, you will see two different types of people. One, very military. They came into the military expecting to be treated in a military way, and the other group of people are the very immature group of people. They think that the badasses, they can do whatever they want. If they get in trouble, they get in trouble. If they do 50 push-ups by the end of the day because of a punishment, they don't care. They'll do it. If they get everyone in trouble, they don't really care, right? So you put one and two together and you're trying to create a team, a unity. There will always be friction, there will always be division, and there will always be arguments. To give you an example, my RPOC was a very military guy. My RPOC was a very military guy, and half my division were the younger generation, very immature, right? And my half the division always told my RPOC, you are the worst RPOC in the world, right? And my RPOC did not understand the platinum rule. He just yelled, he just demanded, because that's the military way. He wanted to be treated in that military manner. But he didn't understand the platinum rule, which was treat others the way they want to be treated. How you define respect and how I define respect is completely different. How people grew up is completely different. Some people are from Africa that come into boot camp. How they grew up, how they define respect, and how they want to be treated is completely different from how the military guys want to be treated. And how the people fresh out of high school, 17-year-olds, think they're badasses, how they want to be treated. Now, I'm not saying all these 17, 18, 19-year-old, the younger guys they think like that, but there are a good amount of people that are all like that. And, the reason why a lot of people talk, one of the biggest things that you will face in boot camp is a lot of people talk all the time. The reason why, in my opinion, when I treat others the way they want to be treated, I try to understand why they talk, why they do the things that they do. It's because people deal with stress differently. One of the biggest problems is my RPOC expected this, expected the stress, expected the lifestyle of the military coming in. But the people who are 17, 18, 19, immature, maybe this is one of the biggest experiences in their life, they have to talk about it. They have to talk over and over and over again with their friends and get a laugh out of it, because that's how they deal with stress. But some people can deal with it perfectly fine. So if you treat others the way they want to be treated, you get that respect. One of the biggest problems with me was when I went to A school, I was basically the RPOC of my division, and then, I try to understand, how can I treat others the way they want to be treated? How can I get the respect that they don't really give? Half the division was very military, half the division was very, they don't really care. They think they were the badasses, and you know what? It's one of those things that will never be really understood. Even till today, I have a hard time trying to motivate people, trying to get the people to do what they're supposed to do, but people just don't care. And there are those group of people, and at the end of the day, you have to treat them the way they want to be treated, because not everyone wants to be treated the same way. The way I want to be treated is not the same as the way you want to be treated. So the takeaway from this, and the reason why I made this video, is you need to understand the platinum rule, and you need to, in my opinion, apply the platinum rule in your life. And when you start to treat others the way they want to be treated, it broadens your mind to how they grew up and how different. You can start to pick up how they grew up, and you can start to understand why they do the things that they do. Because if you are closed-minded and you follow the golden rule of treat others the way you want to be treated, you ignore how they grew up, you ignore their life, and you treat them with disrespect if you follow the golden rule. But if you follow the platinum rule, which is treat others the way they want to be treated, in my opinion, I would suggest and I would say that is the most efficient, effective, and the respectful way of treating others. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave any comments or questions, recommendations down below. press that like button, subscribe for more. Make sure you subscribe if you like my content, if you like the videos that I make, and have a great Navy day, guys.